What's up, guys? Tackle Warehouse first look here at ICAST 2023 in the Big Bite booth, kicking it off with Michael Neal, the real deal. We're supposed to be here with Mike McClellan. I don't know, Peepaw took off on us. I don't know where he went to, but we don't really need him, do we?
No, not today.
So we got a few cool new baits. We got the real deal Deflection swim jig.
That's it. So it's available in two sizes, a 3/8 and a half, and there's a lot of swim jigs out there, and I feel like I've thrown most of them, but I never found one that I felt like came through wood really well.
Okay.
And that's where the name Deflection comes from. If you look at the head, the bottom of it's pretty flat.
Yep.
So when you take it and you come over a limb or around rocks or whatever, a lot of them want to roll over to their side, but this one wants to stay upright.
Yeah,
so
nice.
that was the #1 point behind it. The hook is a 4/0 Gamakatsu medium wire hook. It's not too stiff to throw on fluorocarbon, but not too light to throw on braid either. And that was a big deal, one that you could do a jack of all trades with. And of course, a wire keeper. I hate having to keep up with, you know.
For sure, we're still good.
Okay.
They got party going over.
Yeah,
we're rolling. We'll keep going.
I didn't know if.
Are we invited?
Yeah, maybe. You know,
we'll
when we get this done, we'll go see.
All right.
But just the wire keeper is very important to me. I hate having to keep up with super glue. 19 different colors, and they are matched to our plastics. So if it's G-Pack money, if it's, you know, flamethrower, like right here, I got a flamethrower pro swimmer, flamethrower skirt, Vegas Flash, tilapia magic, whatever it is, we've got the plastics to perfectly match up with the jig skirt.
That's super cool because you guys match them up, even the paint job itself, having that little, I guess the black flake, and that's cool, little unique, something different. You don't see a lot of baits. I did notice too. Also, look at it's a wire tied skirt on there.
Yeah, you know, I hate rubber bands. They break, they get hot over time, they get loosened up. So wire tied, you never have to worry about it. It's going to be there.
It looks like the wire guard's not stiff, but it's a little stiffer than some of those other, I guess, grass style swim jigs. You know.
Yeah, you can do either one.
Yeah.
You can cut it and shorten it up and make it a little bit stiffer, or leave it longer like that, and it's a little bit more limber, kind of in between. That's what we wanted to start out with, this Deflection swim jig, one that you could do just about anything with.
Very cool swim jig available, designed by the man himself, Michael Neal. Pick yours up today, or pre-order yours today at Tackle Warehouse. So up next, a very kind of similar looking design, the Swimbait jig head, right?
Yep, the real deal Swimbait head, and it's the exact same head and hook as what's in the swim jig, but there's two different size offerings. There's a 4/0, which is in the 1/8 and the 1/4 ounce, and then the 3/8 and the 3/4 have a 6/0 hook in it. The main thing that I like is this screw lock keeper. Again, you know, just like the swim jig, I wanted it to have a good keeper. I like not having to deal with super glue and things like that. You just put your bait on there, screw it around a few times, and it's there, secure, snug, until the plastic around the back of the hook wears out.
So, is there a particular swim bait you like to use this for? And then, I guess in that same head design, so is this really for kind of getting around that wood, that kind of stuff as well?
Yeah, that's the thing too. I don't like a weed guard in a swim bait head, but this one is a little more weedless, just like you said, with the Deflection name, so it actually wants to come up and over cover. You know, for like the size you've got, with the 4/0 hook, a 2.8 or 3.3 inch pro swimmer. That's a great addition for that. And for these bigger ones, like a 5-inch suicide shad is probably my go-to. But it's just it's a great bait, and a great head. I like the angle of the hook we've got in it. It's not for, you know, your traditional Demiki rigging type stuff or vertical fishing. This is one you want to actually cast out there and wind back.
Very cool, and I love this style keeper. Keeps the bait on, keeps it tight. It is a little tougher to get it on, but that's a good thing, because that means it's harder to get it off. And I'm a big fan. I like to throw stuff around cover, get it in there, get the nasty stuff. This would be an awesome swim bait head to get those swims in and around cover and get them out and get more bites. Make sure to pre-order yours on Tackle Warehouse. Okay, another swim bait head coming up. This one's designed specifically for A-rigs, yeah?
Yeah, it's the A-rig jig head, and that's just what it is. Centered around a 4/0 black nickel super sharp hook, which is a 60 degree. And to me, I like the 60 because that gets your snap out away from your head and doesn't entangle any movement with your swim bait when it's on the rig. Available in two different colors, a pearl and a bear shad, which is just a plain lead color. So if you like that, which I personally do, most of the baits I'm throwing are more shad, silvery color. That's what I go with, and a pearl if you're throwing something bright.
I mean, very cool. I mean, and again, it looks as that quality kind of style. Keep those plastics rigged up on there. Sharp hook, great design. And, you know, I'm a big fan of throwing an A-rig. The guys can be crap a lot of times at work, because I throw it not 24/7, I throw it year round wherever I go. I don't get to do a lot of fishing anymore. I want to increase my odds of catching the fish. I think more action, more baits, more bites. But I'm hoping one day they bring it back for you guys. I know some of you guys hate that thing, but I think it'd be really cool if you guys start fishing them again. And I got to vote that you guys should.
Yeah, you know, it's just like live scope. It's another tool. You got guys that love it, guys that hate it, and everywhere in between. But, you know, I'm for it. If they want to bring it back, I'll throw it. And, you know, it doesn't work all the time. It's not a miracle cure. You still got to find them and figure out how to catch them.
Yeah. You guys want to go get some A-rigging done? Check out the new Swimbait head from Big Bite Baits. Available now for pre-order. Up next are a few new baits in the Sensation lineup. Traditionally, it's always been kind of more of a smallmouth kind of lineup, but now they've added a few more largemouth shapes. The Sensation Stick and also the Tube. Talks about the new baits, Michael.
The Sensation Stick, this is really a spin-off of our most popular bait, which is the Trick Stick. It's a 5-inch bait, just a regular stick style. It's a lot softer than the Trick Stick, so it's going to have a little more action. It's going to fall a little bit slower, and it's just infused with the Sensation plastic. And that Sensation is not an additive. It's built into the plastic, so when it's poured, it's in there, and it's not going to dry out, and it just stays with you all day long. You can leave it out on your deck at takeoff, and when you come in, it's still going to have that stinky smell to it.
Stinky.
Yeah.
Now, for you, are you more of a wacky rig guy, straight rig? What's your number one way fishing this guy?
A wacky rig for me.
Yeah.
You know, that's just a way to get bites. You can fish it slower on the bottom, Nico rigging it if you want to, but to me, wacky style, whether unweighted or weighted, is my go-to.
Very cool. What's up next? Got Tube?
The Sensation Tube. So this is just a tried and true shape, 3.5 inch. You can flip it if you want to, real finessey for largemouth, or fishing on a jig head up north for smallmouth. If you're wanting to imitate gobies or crawfish, either one, we've got a color that'll match up perfectly. That's a firetail right there. You've got green pumpkin with an orange tail. A little bit different than some of the other stuff that's out there. And again, 100% Sensation plastic. It's all built into it, so there's no additive, not going to dry out.
Very cool. You know, it's one thing, these come and go in cycles and stuff for years. Tube was the bait to flip, the bait for this. And it's kind of, you know, falling off, you know, a little bit. Now you see it coming back. It's funny how things kind of come and go.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the fishermen, how the fish get used to it, but definitely you see it come back again with the Tube.
For me, it's something that I've never really quit using because other people did. And now it's getting more popular, so, you know, there's just going to be a ton of fish caught on it. But these are two shapes, both of these, that are never going to go away. They're always going to catch fish, any state in the country. It's just a great way to get bites either way.
Well, two must-have baits if you want to catch fish in them anywhere probably around the country. And new Sensation lineup, that Sensation with a good stank. Make sure to pre-order your stank. Attack Warehouse right now. All right, one more before we let you go. We got the straight magworm. 2 sizes available. Walk us through the bait a little bit, Michael.
So this is the 8-inch right here. That's a gap we kind of had. We had the 8-inch finesse worm, or the big finesse worm, but it wasn't very fat. It was still the slender profile, and this was a niche that we didn't have in our lineup, but we got it now. So it's a lot bulkier, a lot beefier presentation. Got it on a Magnum worm head right here. One side of it is completely flat, and this is going to help you be able to rig the bait easier, straighter on your hook. That's a big thing, is to have it straight on your presentation so it's working out the way you want it to. But that's the 8-inch. And the 6-inch is good for, you know, a smaller shaky head, or even a Carolina rig, or even if you wanted to power shot something. This would be a good worm for that also. So lots of different uses for it. Still finessey, but a little bit bigger presentation than the other baits we've had in the past.
Now, we were just talking about how the Tube's kind of been going, you know, in and out of popularity. And I think shakehead's always kind of been in guys' boats, but you know, some guys kind of got away from some other techniques out there. But I've always been a big fan. I started with shakehead, same thing, finesse. But I really take like those finesse techniques and take them to the next level with the big stuff. To me, it's not quite finesse, but something different. And I'm a big fan of throwing these big shaky heads. This is really cool worm, that bulbous tail, and match up on that head. It's a great little setup there.
Yeah, exactly. That's me too. I like to throw this on, you know, the 12 to 14 pound line, where it's still small and still finessey, but it doesn't, a lot of guys don't like to throw a spinning rod in general. So, you know, they can still throw a sissified technique, but not have to have a fairy wand in their hand.
Yeah, makes you feel a lot more manly. If you feel more manly, get finessey, pick up the big straight tail, straight mag. You get this right? Straight mag, we're in pre-order them right now on Tackle Warehouse. Michael, thanks for walking us through the base today. See you next year.
Sounds good. I'll be here.
See you guys.